Imagine a tractor that doesn't steer with its wheels. Instead, the entire machine bends in the middle, pivoting at its own center, turning within a radius of just 0.76 meters. That's not a design quirk. That's a solution built for terrain that would stop anything conventional cold. The holder, a 12, known as the Cultra, came out of Germany in the mid-20th century, weighing just 680 kilograms and measuring 0.76 meters wide, narrow enough to enter a vineyard row, light enough to work steep hillside orchards without slipping. A Sachs single-cylinder two-stroke diesel produced 12 horsepower, modest on paper, ruthless in practice. No radiator, no coolant system, nothing unnecessary. Just a stripped-down machine built to survive long days in brutal conditions. 6 forward gears, 3 reverse, permanent four-wheel drive, and an open-center hydraulic system that ran plows, harrows, and cultivators without complaint. Post-war European farmers needed something small enough to go anywhere and tough enough to stay there. The Holder A12 was exactly that. It existed for exactly 1 year. No second chance, no extended run, no quiet farewell. Ford introduced the T800 in 1965, and by 1966, it was already gone, rebranded and replaced before most people even knew it existed. That kind of short life usually means failure. In the T800's case, it means something entirely different. It means rarity. Built by Jacobsen to Ford's exact specifications, the T800 wore classic Ford blue and white and carried the same engineering seriousness as Ford's full-size agricultural line. A Kohler 8-horsepower single-cylinder engine fed into a gear-drive transmission that gave this compact machine genuine pulling ability. Heavy steel frame, serious drivetrain, built to run tillers, snowblowers, and front dozer blades that most small tractors of the era simply couldn't handle. Ford wasn't building a lawn toy. They were testing whether serious agricultural engineering could work at a smaller scale. The answer was yes, but Ford moved on before the world noticed. Today, surviving T800s are rare finds. Collectors and restorers search hard to locate them, because sometimes a machine doesn't need a long life to leave a permanent mark. It just needs to be built right, even once. It started as a machine you walked behind. 2 wheels, 2 handles, an operator on foot guiding it through vineyard rows and orchard floors. Then Pasquale added a seat, a steering wheel, and a second axle, and the 9006 was born. That origin matters because it explains everything about how this tractor thinks. Built in Italy by Pasquale, now part of the BCS Group, the 9006 carried forward the walk-behind's core philosophy: go where nothing else can. A Lamborghini single-cylinder air-cooled diesel produced around 14 horsepower, sent through a fully gear-driven transmission to all 4 wheels simultaneously. No belts, no power loss. The chassis articulates at the center, bending the entire machine rather than turning individual wheels, delivering tight turns inside spaces most compact tractors couldn't enter. Equal diameter wheels on all 4 corners kept weight balanced, and traction constant across steep, uneven terrain. It pulled plows, hauled fertilizer trailers, and pushed through mud without hesitation. A walking machine that grew a seat and refused to lose any of its original instincts. John Deere built its reputation on machines that could swallow entire fields whole. So, in 1963, when the company quietly released something you could fit in a garage, people were confused. The John Deere 110 wasn't an accident or an experiment. It was a direct answer to the Cub Cadet original, Deere's way of saying the small tractor market was too serious to ignore. Under its green hood sat a Kohler 7-horsepower single-cylinder engine, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission built for real control, not convenience. The low-slung straddle mount frame kept the operator centered and balanced across long working hours, a detail most competitors never even considered. Later models added variable speed drives, smooth, seamless power changes that felt ahead of their time for a machine this compact. Mower decks, tillers, snow blades, utility trailers, the 110 handled everything suburban and rural life could throw at it. Decades later, many of these tractors still run. Because when Deere decided to build something small, they still refused to build it cheap. Most small tractors of the 1970s were built to look capable. The Power King economy was built to actually be it. Originally sold simply as the Economy, later renamed Power King around 1977, this American-made machine came from Engineered Products Company with one deliberate philosophy: no shortcuts. While competitors ran belt-driven transmissions to cut costs, Power King installed solid steel gear drives, transferring torque directly to the wheels. A Borg-Warner 3-speed gearbox, often paired with an auxiliary transmission, gave operators up to 6 forward gears. Briggs and Stratton or Kohler gasoline engines ranged from 8 to 18 horsepower depending on the model. 2- or 4-wheel drive options, mechanical and electric PTO, compatibility with mowers, tillers, snowblades, and hydraulic attachments. Weighing around 438 kilograms, it had the traction to plow real soil and push serious snow. Decades later, Power Kings are still working on farms across America. Not restored showpieces, actual working tractors. Built far stronger than a machine this size ever needed to be, and still proving it. Most tractors are built for flat land, wide open fields, gentle slopes, forgiving terrain. The Pasquale 986 and 988 were built for the kind of ground that makes conventional tractors useless. Steep Italian hillside vineyards, narrow mountain orchards carved into terrain where one wrong move means the machine rolls and doesn't stop. These weren't designed in a boardroom chasing a market trend. They were engineered as a direct answer to some of the most punishing agricultural environments on Earth. The solution Pasquale arrived at was radical. Instead of steering with the wheels, the entire machine bends in the middle. A fully articulated chassis that pivots the tractor itself, delivering a turning radius tight enough to work in side spaces most compact machines couldn't even enter. All 4 wheels are identical in size, permanently driving, constantly gripping. The 986 runs a Lombardini single-cylinder air-cooled diesel pushing around 18 to 21 horsepower. The larger 988 steps to a 2-cylinder, reaching roughly 33 horsepower. Both sit low, weigh under 900 kilograms, and stretch just 1.2 meters wide, narrow enough to pass between vineyard rows without disturbing a single vine. Dual PTOs, a Category 1 3-point hitch, mowers, tillers, sprayers. These machines work a full day in terrain that would stop anything larger cold. The farmers who depend on them aren't hobbyists. They're working some of the steepest cultivated land in Europe, and the Pasquale fits their world like nothing else ever built. Every subcompact tractor working today owes something to this machine. In the mid-1970s, a clear boundary existed in the tractor world: gasoline engines for small machines, diesel for serious ones. Nobody had successfully crossed that line at a compact scale. Kubota crossed it completely. The B6000 arrived carrying a liquid-cooled 2-cylinder diesel, displacing just 479 cc, producing 12.5 horsepower gross and 10 at the PTO. Those numbers meant little until paired with what surrounded them: a fully mechanical 6-speed transmission, genuine 4-wheel drive, and tractor-grade hardware compressed into a 470-kilogram frame. It plowed, tilled, mowed, and hauled with a confidence that machines twice its size struggled to match. Before the B6000, small meant gasoline and compromise. After it, the industry had no excuse. Kubota had proven that diesel power, real 4-wheel drive, and genuine agricultural durability could exist at a size everyone had written off. Decades later, many B6000S still run daily. Not as collector pieces, as working tractors. The foundation of the entire B-Series, and, quietly, the reason the subcompact tractor category exists at all. Nobody put car engines inside tractors. That wasn't how it was done. Gutbrod didn't care. Built in Germany by Gutbrod Verkaufs GmbH, the 2600 series arrived with either a water-cooled 2-cylinder diesel producing 20 horsepower or a 4-cylinder gasoline engine borrowed directly from automotive engineering, pushing 25 horsepower from 850 cc. For a machine this compact, that was a genuinely reckless amount of capability. 8 forward gears and 2 reverse sent all that torque through a fully gear-driven mechanical transmission, reaching speeds of around 25 kilometers per hour. The 4-wheel drive version added hydraulic steering assist, giving it stability on rough terrain that machines twice its size would struggle to match. A factory-installed hydraulic system ran sweepers, salt spreaders, and full agricultural implements normally reserved for far larger tractors. This wasn't garden equipment wearing a tractor costume. It was automotive engineering transplanted into a working farm machine, then compressed into the smallest possible frame. Gutbrod didn't build the 2600 to look serious. They built it to make everything around it look insufficient.